have my Vineyard Vines shirt on. Love whales. So I already prepped my skin using my Holy Grail products, the Glow Recipe Toner, the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dew Drops. I used the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base, and then I used the Laura Mercier Illuminating Eye Cream as a base. So let's get some makeup on. So since I'm not using like any powder, like I'm feeling like a matte foundation is probably the way to go. So I'm gonna do one of my fave combos. I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Foundation in 300, and I'm gonna mix it with my LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation in Caramel. So I just have one pump each, and I'm gonna mix them together. So I'm gonna be applying that. I'm gonna use one of my new Ioni Cosmetic sponges. This actually looks like a little peep, but I'm gonna use that and dip in. I don't feel like I've thought this through like enough, but you know, we'll just see what the outcome looks like. It's a pretty good color match, I think. I feel like this sponge definitely absorbs a little bit more product than the other one. I feel like the teardrop one didn't really absorb like a whole lot, but I feel like this one does a little bit more, but oh well. Okay, now that that's done, I'm gonna get some concealer on. For concealer, I'm gonna use Shape Tape because it's matte, so I know that won't give me any issues. Plus, since this is more of a matte formula, I feel like it'll crease less. We're hoping anyway. I feel like I'm gonna let the concealer dry a little bit, and then hopefully that'll make it more matte. We'll see. Okay, now I'm just gonna blend it out. So I'm just gonna blend it all over my eye, and then that'll just work as like my eyeshadow primer too. I love Shape Tape. I feel like it's super cool to not like Shape Tape. I feel like it's people's personality trait to not like Shape Tape, but it really is a good concealer. Now that my concealer's blended out, I like want to grab my powder and I can't, so we're just gonna move on. I think I'm gonna move on to eyes because I have like a bunch of like liquid shadows. I have a couple like ColourPop shadows too, and I have this little Laura Mercier set that has a bunch of cream shadows in it, so let's see. Okay, so I already ran into a problem, so none of these colors are dark enough for my crease, so I guess we're just gonna have to improvise a little bit. For cream bronzer, I do have these Elaluz stick bronzer, and I have one of these that I feel like I can use as like eyeshadow. I've never used these. I've been waiting to use these, and this is the perfect time for it. And then this one has a little bit of like a shimmer to it. I'm sure you can't see it, but this is in the shade Superstar Shimmer. And then this one is Super Yummy Natural. So this is, I guess, the more matte one, and the other one's more shimmer. I'm gonna take the color Au Natural and just kind of put that all over the lid as like a base shade. I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. Then I'm gonna take the Elaluz cream bronzer stick on a Stila brush, and I guess I'm just gonna work this into my crease. So something like this, and then I'm just gonna blend it out. The problem with creams is you definitely cannot use like a powder mindset with them because they are not a powder and they will not act like a powder. Okay, so that added just a little bit of definition to the eye, so let's move on. I think I'm gonna take this Covergirl Exhibitionist cream color. I don't even know what this, does this have a shade name? 5 is at the bottom. It's just like a pretty like golden, like metallic color. So I think I'm just gonna like, yeah, like throw that on the lid. I'm just gonna go in with my finger and kind of tap it out. Ooh, that is super pretty. These like liquid or like cream shadows are like no game because they will dry. They will dry and they will not care about you at all. Sorry if I'm like hunched over a lot. I have a mirror right over here. I guess I could be using like a handheld mirror. Ooh, that's super pretty, and that's just like one color. I feel like I can do, I also have this Stila glitter. I think I could just tap like a little dot and then just tap it out. Also, the cool part about like creams is you don't have to be like super precise with it like you do with powders. You can kind of just like place them and tap them out, and then it's pretty much all good from there. I mean, for the most part anyway. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I think I'll move on. I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier cream shadow stick in rose gold and kind of hit like the inner corner. And the other part about creams is you can just use like your fingers for the most part. And I mean, you can use brushes, but for the most part, you really don't have to. It's a little bit more like relaxed. And I think I'm gonna stop with the eyes for right now. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop with the eyes for right now. I'm gonna move on to brows. For brows, I'm just gonna use my Benefit Pomade because I know how this works, and at least I can have some consistency with that. So I'm gonna take this Ioni angled brush, and I'm gonna use that to fill my brows in. I don't wanna go like too heavy with the brow. I say that every single time, but then I go heavy with the brow. So now I'm gonna take, I guess, the brushy part of this and kind of just blend it through. Brows or whatever. Honestly, this is not a brow tutorial, so I don't really care. That's just what it's gonna be. I guess from here we can move on. Ugh, my under eyes are creasing so bad. I mean, not terribly, it's whatever, but we're gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to like the face now. So I'm gonna take that same Elaluz bronzer and start sculpting my face with it. So I'm guessing you kind of just like, oh yeah, that was better. Once I warmed it up, it was better. I wonder if this is like what kind of formula this is, if it's gonna be like buildable or if it's gonna be like super hard to like blend. I think just for a fact, I'm just gonna do the whole face. So this is like the perfect like cream contour color because it's almost a little cool toned, so I don't hate that. Yeah, I'm gonna just take my sponge. So I warmed it up a little bit. I'm gonna take that from the back of my hand and then just stamp it. Yeah, it kind of disappeared, which I guess is not a completely terrible thing, right? Like, it's blendable. You know, this is more like user-friendly. Like, it's definitely gonna be more of like a buildable product. So you can go in, like, add a little bit more, which is nice, instead of just being stuck with having only that color. I'm gonna take like this dual fiber brush and just pick up the product and then kind of put it on that way. I think I added too much on the nose. When in doubt, use your sponge to fix everything. Then I'm just gonna take more and just hit the lip. Cute, this is pretty. I really like this a lot, actually. I think I'm gonna use this a lot more. I think I'm gonna take, I wonder how shimmery this is. So this is the shimmery one. This one's definitely like warmer. It's like more of like a bronzier color. So I wonder if I can just take a little bit of that and kind of just go on top and like warm things up. I love these, the Elaluz cream bronzers. I love these. These are so cute. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer right here. This is normally what I would clean up with like powder, but since I'm not using powder, I'm gonna take a little bit of concealer because I could see like on the monitor that like it got a little bit of out of hand. So I'm gonna clean that up a bit. I'm gonna take Shape Tape in Tan because it's a little bit closer to my skin tone. I feel like Izzy'Mael like sculpting out my face. And then again, I'm just gonna take the sponge. Yeah, see, I already feel so much better about that. Okay, so now I'm gonna move on to some cream blush. And I have these 3 cream blushes from Ofra. And I think I'm gonna use this color, which is called Truly. So, I don't know how pigmented these are. So I'm just gonna do like a dot. I'm gonna take like the clean side of the sponge and kind of just, it is a really pretty like soft color. These feel like super buildable, so that's nice. So you can like really go like in. I feel like a brush might be a better option for this, but I don't want to use that. This is super pretty. So I like, this is kind of my speed with blush. Like very just like barely there, but like it's there, you know? Yeah, like that's cute. Like very like soft pinched, but like, I don't know. It looks cute. I'm into it. Alright, let's move on to highlighter. So for highlighter, I have 2 different colors of the Anastasia Liquid Glow. I think these are discontinued, but you know, whatever. I have Bronzed and I have Peach Fizz. I feel like Peach Fizz will probably be the color I'm gonna use, but we'll see. I'm gonna go in with Peach Fizz and I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit out and I'm gonna use this little e.l.f. dual fiber brush. Should have just used my finger, but whatever. fingers way more intense, just know that. So since I don't have any powder on, I don't feel like I was able to hide like my texture as well as I could. So here I am with texture, so just know that. It's definitely like softer as a highlight. Like you could of course put like a powder on top of this, but since I'm not using powder, we're not doing that. Cream highlight is nice because it just gives you that like glow. I'm just gonna take my Benefit liquid liner. This is the roller liner. Okay, so off camera, I just threw on a little bit of NARS Climax mascara, and I'm gonna get ready to put on a false lash. So I'm really feeling, since like I don't have a lot going on the eyes, I could do like a really big lash. So I have this Ioni lash in Coven, and these are just big, and I'm really in the mood for these, so I'm gonna use these. The lower lash glue like always. Oh yeah, these are definitely the moment. They're huge and I love. All right, that's pretty much the face as it is. I could always add a little bit more if I wanted to. I think I'm fine where I'm at. That's not mess with success. I do feel a little bit, I mean, obviously I'm a little tacky because nothing is set, so everything just feels like it's still wet because it is. And you know, that's just kind of what it's gonna be right now. Last thing that's left is lips. So obviously I'm gonna use like a cream lipstick, but I don't think I can use a lip liner. So maybe I can pull like an ombre lip out somewhere. I love that I think I can pull off an ombre lip with the exact same color of lip product. And like I have the exact same color of lip product in this entire bag. I have this KKW lipstick in Classic Icon 2. And I feel like this might be, I really want Kim to come back with her brand, but I love everything in it. So in my head, this was darker. So let me see if I can darken this situation a bit. I have ColourPop Still Crazy. Maybe if I feather it like on the edges. Oh yeah, okay. So that's doing something. We're getting somewhere. Where? I don't know, but somewhere. I have this whole bag of lip products, and tell me why they're all the same color. They're literally all the same color. Because why wouldn't they be? Literally the same color. Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna take some of the Elaluz. This Elaluz has been coming through for the whole video pretty much. And then I'm just gonna tap it. Oh yeah, see? Dimension. I'm a makeup artist, I can do this. So it only took 4 lip products to achieve this color, but here we are. You can't deny that this isn't pretty because you're a liar, and I will see you. And then all we have to do is seal everything in with the setting spray. And I don't think this is cheating, but I'm gonna take the Urban Decay Ultra Matte Setting Spray, and this gives like a powder finish. You just have to shake it up really good. This gives like a powder finish, so I hope that this will kind of assess some of the situation we got going on. So it still kept a little bit of the glow, which is nice, so it didn't completely matte me out, but I think it'll, when it dries, I think it'll really help set everything into place. But that is all. That is the video. Given the circumstances I was in with using no powder products, I think I did a pretty good job. I mean, the complexion is snatched. I think I would love to like deepen up the bronzer a little bit because I feel like this is a little bit light for me. And the highlighter is a little bit too soft, but either way, I feel like the eyes came out that were gonna come out. Using like a liquid shadow, like one color all over the lid, of course, is gonna be a lot easier, but I think it turned out pretty good. My under eye situation is kind of just what it's gonna be. I didn't want to put any mascara down there because I know it's gonna smudge and I'm just not in the mood. But I feel like I can, if I could just like powder the under eye a little bit, I would be so happy because it just looks like a creepy mess under there, and you know, I do not live for that. The lashes are definitely a win. I know they're not cream products, but you know, you win some, you lose some. And the lip product came out the way it was gonna come out, given that I have 100 of the same color lipstick, which are on nudes. I think the savior here was the Elaluz Cream Bronzer Stick. This is in, like I said, super yummy natural. I love this. I can't wait to use this more, and I'm excited to really integrate this into like my regular makeup routine, but overall, I don't look terrible. I think it looks pretty good. Tell me what you think. Do you use a lot of powder in your routine, or are you like not a powder person at all? I definitely am. The first thing I want to do is powder this whole thing down. But leave it down below. Leave it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.